Kenny Holt, like we always do at this time on a Monday night. My man, how you doing?
You already know, Randy. I go for mine. We got to shine. Guess what? Ain't no place to do a raw like MSG, baby. Come on.
That's
You
right.
can have LA. You can have the Windy City United Center. This is Staples Center. You can have, Cowboy Stadium. You can have Philadelphia. You can have Amberston Ballroom. But let me tell you something right now. When wrestling comes to the Mecca of basketball, baseball, football. Okay, maybe not football, but let me tell you this right now. Wrestling, it don't matter. When it's performed in the world's greatest arena, the most famous arena, Madison Square Garden, you remember that place. Before you remember the Sequel Fieldhouse, Tom Warner Cable Arena, the Pepsi Center. Ain't no place better than here in New York, baby. This is made of. This is where championships are made. We the best. No Khaled, no Florida. What up, baby? All I got to say about that.
On that note, that's called bars, man. That's called bars. Bars.
Yeah, no cups like Reese's. I'm here like Hershey's. What's up?
Listen, that's how we're getting started right after Monday Night Raw. Live at Madison Square Garden, New York City. Just capped off about maybe 5 minutes ago. Kenny Holt, Kawabunga _K _E _N, myself, Rainy J. Cruz, RENDY, letter J, CRUZ. Find the podcast on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, also on Amazon Music, and most importantly, go to youtube.com/Cruise Control Podcast. Go ahead, download, rate, comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Show some love and support for you boys on the program. Again, doing this live on a Monday night following Raw on X and YouTube. Anybody got questions, comments, feedback from Raw tonight, SmackDown on Friday, War Games coming up in about 2 weeks? Hit us up in the chat. We'll get right to it. Gonna get the third man involved in just 1 second. There we go. First time in like the weeks. Three-man crew is here. Yo, I got sound effects to you. Just know that. We live. Lower East Scribe on all social media platforms. Terrence Watson, my man, how you doing?
Finally, the scribe has come back to 2 out of 3 falls. What up, fellas? I'm so excited to be
What up,
here.
baby? What up, homie?
So excited to be back.
Daniel,
what a night to return. Man.
That's right. A beautiful night for wrestling fans. Whether you were at the Garden in New York City or not, watching around the world. A very entertaining show. A lot of shit happened that we were going to get to. So again, fellas, if you're watching on X, on YouTube, thank you. We greatly appreciate your love and support. I think we're about 615 subscribers now on YouTube. I mean, it may not sound like a lot to most people, but to us, we really appreciate the slow climb, the slow burn, the support every Monday night, every Friday night. Sometimes we do on Tuesday night. I know our schedules go bouncing around, but no matter what, we are here. We live. The gang is back. That's right. Ice, thank you, man. Always appreciate your love and support.
Man.
So I don't even know where to start. It was a hot beginning, a hot middle, a hot end. I know Kenny pretty much saw the entire show. Terrence, you probably saw maybe 85-90% of it, or just a good chunk of it, right?
I saw like 80%. I saw most of it.
Hold on.
I'm running it back now, as my man Jey Uso would say. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
Right.
running it back now. I missed like the first like 40 minutes or so.
Um. All right. So listen, like I think how we always do, we tend to work backwards, and it's kind of weird because John Cena's final Raw was tonight at the Garden. He tipped off the whole show with the segment with Dom Mysterio, a tag match, but we're gonna go back to that in a while. Um, so I would say that the men solidified the War Games match with the vision of Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre, and now the addition, the fifth and final edition of Brock Lesnar. And on the good guy side, you got both world champions, Cody Rhodes and CM Punk. You got the Usos, and you have the OTC, the original tribal chief. Throw your ones in the air, Mr. Roman Reigns. That's right. That's your War Games match for Survivor Series. 2 weeks from this past Saturday. I'm not mad about the teams. I did squad. I kind of figured MSG New York, they'll bring back Brock, they'll bring back Roman to solidify this match. Kenny, I'll start with you. What do you think about the ending of Raw, the addition of Brock, the addition of Roman Reigns, and the entire squad for both CM Punk's team and Paul Heyman's team?
I thought it was a really good ending, like, and also to a lot of people, you would have thought what was gonna happen. So it was like you probably would have seen it was drawn out, like eventually, like you were thinking like, okay, so we got, Rollins is out, but now we have Bronson, we have Rick Bronson, Reed, Logan. I'm like, okay, we looking for someone new. Drew, okay. I'm like, it has to. It was no other question that you was thinking like Brock Lesnar, because after what the encounter we saw earlier between him and Paul Heyman, so that was just almost like a dead giveaway. It very much intrigued everyone in that has some sort of history with each other.
Yeah.
As in, Brock with Cody, we already know right after WrestleMania. Him and excuse me, the Usos, with Roman, the tribal chief.
Yeah.
So, and CM Punk, we could just go back old Suplex City, UFC Brock. And then initially, Roman to come in to help his brothers, Jay, Jimmy, they all have some ties. They all have connection with Roman championships. And it's just a really good matchup. It's like tens across the board. I am, seeing how this is, as much as we see like from the star power, the two championships, the tag team the tag teams, as in the Usos, Roman being who he is. I feel like this War Games, though, as good as it is, and it looks like obvious, the War Games, we need to shake it up. And I think for this War Games match, the heels are going to take this. I'm going to take this W going to San Diego. You got to give it to these. You got to give it to the heels this time. For the last few years, we've been having a lot of the faces win. I mean, it led to good storytelling, but I think if you want to keep this going with these guys, I mean, you got Bronson and Braun Breaker and Logan Paul. You got to give them the push. Even with Drew, you got to give these guys the push. You don't want to just have them go into the games and next thing you know, hey, lose all momentum in their and a lot of their build and a lot of their star power. So I feel like you got to give the W for this War Games. Like, the faces, they don't need it. You got two champions there. You got an established Roman Reigns. You got the Usos, the tag champions. Yeah. You got to give it to the heels this War Games. I think you got to give it to the upcoming Bronson, Logan. Got to give them the push. Drew's going to get that push as well. Drew needs his stuff. He lost 2 War Games matches recently. So
yeah,
you got to give. I feel like for this War Games, the heels have to win for this one.
Real quick before I get to Terrence, Eli, my prediction is that Roman Usos, Cody, and Punk will defeat Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Lesnar, Logan, and Drew. Kenny just said the opposite. I think the heels, to him, would win. I tend to agree that the heels should go over in this match. We're gonna debate on who takes the pin, and all that. But Terrence, do you? What'd you make of the ending? Adding Brock, adding Roman, how they did it, and now it's on and popping at Survivor Series with these two rosters.
I mean, first of all, shout out my tribal chief. You know what I mean? Shout out. You know what I mean? Shout out to you, man. Like it never fails. Whenever it doesn't matter how good or how bad an episode is going, you sprinkle some Roman Reigns in there, that shit is an immediate 10. You know what I mean? Shit's going nuts.
little Sobe.
Yo, listen. I don't know Polynesian seasoning. You know what I mean? But whatever it is, that's basically Roman Reigns. You know what I mean?
Right.
Throw some spam in that egg, and that's not really a pause.
No, but
I ain't say shit.
That's a conversation.
Ken gave me a pause.
Oh, can't give me that.
Hey, oh wow, hey yo,
my Polynesian brethren eat a lot of spam. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, let me stay on track. To answer your question, wow, top to bottom, man. Like the card.
You know what Kenny really said to you?
What did he?
Enough! Enough!
It was definitely that kind of face.
All right, go ahead. All you.
Yo, exciting card, man. The whole exciting like episode. This has been one of the most exciting episodes in a while. So to end it the way they did with that melee, with everybody coming out, with Roman going through the pylon with the cops. You know what I mean? Like it was incredible.
Yo, your man speared a cop.
He speared 2 cops. Yo, he's spearing everybody. While CM Punk is using a kendo stick to choke out Logan Paul. It was pandemonium around that apron. And I was just like, man, like the energy, you could feel it through the screen. It was just incredible. Because I mean, even with Brock Lesnar, I ain't gonna hold you. I thought that was it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, okay, Lesnar's out. He's clearing ring. You know what I mean? They're having their moment.
Yeah.
So they kind of surprised me, even with bringing Roman out.
Because they put the credits on when Brock was out there. I'm like, oh, really? With no Roman? Like, nah, come on, no.
They did after we were going home, right? Like with Brock and Cody and their little exchange. And so they got everybody, man. That's always when they're at their best. And that's when it's like, okay, you know what? Maybe Paul Levesque does know a little bit about wrestling. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it can't just be for Raw though. It's SmackDown that needs the sazon and the seasoning and the sobe. Like that's it. Raw, the Garden. You know what you're going to do. You're going to pack that show up. It's the SmackDowns.
But what I will say, and you're absolutely right, I don't disagree at all. But what I will say, is everybody had to bring it tonight to honor that man, John Cena. And they fucking did. You know what I mean? So shout out to the roster, top to bottom. What a great Raw. You know what I mean? Straight up.
Okay, so I got a few comments here. Brendan, thank you, man. We definitely appreciate it. I wanted John to come finish off Brock. Feel like it's one loose end. He's got to knock out before he goes. Even if it's just a brawl at this point, nobody would want to see it be a match. I mean, I don't think Brock and Cena are going to go at it again. And you can have a different convo for a different day. Like, why have Brock squash John if there's no comeuppings, there's no retaliation, there's no other match, and that's what it was. And that was months ago. There's been nothing about John, nothing about Brock ever since. I thought if they didn't put Cena and Dom, if Brock was the 5th man for Paul, I thought John was going to be the 5th man for Punk, and then now you get them back at it. But once you put John and Dom for the IC title, you already knew Roman was going to be the guy to complete that CM Punk roster.
I do have a thought there. I don't know if you want to jump around, but I'm glad that Brendan brought that up. particularly like to piggyback off what you said just about like the squash, right? Like we never got anything out of it. My prediction is even though they go over, right? The heels have eyes, so to speak. Even though they go over, I'm predicting that Super Cena comes out. There's some shenanigans at War Games because he got to get his fucking lick back. And we can't have him go out without some sort of retribution for having like just being obliterated by Brock. So that's my guess. Like that Survivor Series is what, his second to last or his third? Or
Survivor would be second to last.
Right. So we really gonna go out with just that squash and there's nothing else. So my guess is we set up shenanigans there. Brock comes out during his last match. I just don't see that last match being like clean. People gotta come out. You know what I mean? And so like maybe they're like, okay, John comes back, gets his lick back. Brock comes out. You know, he's one of the people who comes out during Cena's last match, and we kind of get like that Cody-esque. Everybody comes out. You know, the heels come out to kind of like, you know, help out whoever it is. You know, and then maybe the faces, they come out to protect John's legacy.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like where it lands, who knows? But that's my early prediction. Let's see what happens. Shout out Brendan for making that point.
Iceman, although it came together in a lame way, I'm gonna keep it a bean. I'm very excited to see this War Games match. How he got there was like a little troubling. Like, why he put both world champions there? Like, what's going on? And obviously, Seth Rollins' injury to just, you know, speedy recovery for Seth, but that put a monkey wrench into the whole. I just wonder if Seth was involved. I think Logan Paul's the odd. I think you still have the CM Punk roster. It just Logan Paul gets subbed out for Seth. I think you still got Seth, Brock, Bronson, Breaker, and Drew McIntyre, and you still get the Usos, Cody, Punk, and Roman. But Eli was laughing about the thing earlier. Brendan, brawl at the end was very underwhelming. Not one finisher, big spot, etc. Brock came back and asserted the dominance of a smart car. I mean, I was surprised. I wrote you in the chat. I see. I wonder what's the main event, and this was the main event, just like a standoff. And you already knew there was gonna brawl. The women brawled an hour prior to set up War Games. So I'm like, okay, we just saw this. We saw the brawl an hour ago with the women, and we can get a fucking brawl again with the guys to set up this War Games, because you only have one more Raw and 2 SmackDowns prior to Survivor Series. So I'm like, okay, this is, but it's the Garden. The crowd is going to carry that segment. That's what they really banked on. The crowd carried pretty much the whole fucking night. So that's where you got that. Okay, catching up. Noob. My man Noob, thank you, man. The build up to men's War Games match is interesting, but the build on the women's War Games match side is not even focused on the whole Asuka and Io. I mean, it's not, but I think they will eventually get there. You saw, listen, we're gonna bounce around. We saw Rhea near the end of Raw say, "Yo, AJ Lee, let me highlight you for a quick second. Let me talk some, because I already know AJ is gonna be the 5th member of her team. Then you're gonna add Becky to the 5th member of the Nia Jackson and Asuka team. So I'm good with that. Eli, what surprises me is that Lesnar sided with Paul Heyman despite him getting screwed over. I mean, yeah, shit happens. It was a long time ago. They grown men. They probably squash it out. Iceman not doing Ray Dom in San Diego is disappointing to me.
Yeesh.
I mean, he's got a point. I'm gonna get back to that. Then FF Shop, thank you, man. Best Raw since the Mania after Monday Night Raw.
Damn.
Sorry, since the Mania, the Raw after WrestleMania.
That's a long time.
Damn, that's like what, 6 months?
That's a long time.
I don't know. Wasn't there another title change at one of the Raws?
It was a couple, actually.
Well, speaking of title change, again, we're gonna go all over the place. Maxine Dupree is a brand new women's Intercontinental Champion. So flex bomb on that. Congrats to Maxine Dupree. AJ Lee returns. And it's like in the NBA where, like, people are injured out with this injury, but when they play the Knicks in the Garden, they all get fucking magically healed and shit. It's like, oh, you know what? I've been out for a long time. I think I feel kind of good now to come back at the Garden. Like, everybody pops up. AJ, Brock, Roman. And they go, damn, where y'all been at? I'm surprised. I'm surprised Liv did not show up. I was waiting, like, maybe Liv Morgan, maybe, but she did not.
Still too early.
But just to wrap up this part, so that's the War Games match, men's. I agree with Kenny and Terrence, the fact that the heels got to go over. So let's get to this that point. Who takes the pin, or who's making the pin? Who needs it at this point? I would love to see Drew pin Cody Rhodes to maybe get that championship rematch again. Could I pin you in War Games? Or Braun Breaker pin CM Punk? I don't see Logan pinning anybody. Brock does not need to beat anybody. I think Punk takes the pin, or Cody. What do you think?
I think to your point, I agree. The heels have to win, and it has to be one of the upcoming or someone that needs the push, that needs the title. Drew or Braun Breaker, or both. One of them has to pin and get the W. Either one champion is getting pinned and taking the L.
So you're saying no Cody, no Punk is laying down for the
no. It's either Cody or
Punk.
Okay.
Got it.
Either Cody or Punk, or taking the taking the pin. Right. I don't see the Usos. It wouldn't build Roman.
No,
he already took a L to Bronson. And I don't think he needs it. I don't think they're going to do that. So I think they're going to give it to either Punk or Cody. With either, and that's just going to signal. We're just going to foreshadow and see that one of them, whoever takes the pin, is going to eventually take the title from either one, whoever they pin.
See, what do you think? Book fantasy, book the finish. Who's taking the pin?
I'm with y'all in terms of it has to be Cody or CM Punk. I think where I differ is I think it is Brock. I think they're fully to actually be the one to win the match. I think they're fully committed to bringing Brock all the way back. I think he's in his okay, this is your life as a wrestler kind of era. Like, he ain't got too much left.
Really?
Not that he doesn't have left in the tank, because the guy looks like a tank still. But how much more is he going to wrestle, right? Like, I think one of the things that was, like, not to veer too far off of the answer, right? But one of the things that was so special about tonight was it felt a lot like a changing of the guard. You had a lot of the younger talent, the Maxine Duprees, the Javon Evans, the Doms, right? And even so much in the main event melee, if you will, with Bronson and Braun Breaker. Like, it's speaking to the next generation, and we're about to get that push. And even though we're about to hand it off, there's still some OGs we got to give respect to. And I very much believe that Brock Lesnar is one of those guys. I think he's going to be the one to probably dethrone Cody. And if he's not, again, maybe this is where we get he pins Cody, they get a match. John runs in. I don't know. Protects the newfound face. Protects the new QB1. Really hands it off to him that way, because he knows, you're not going to retire me kind of situation. That might be a little bit of a long walk, but that might be how we get there. But yeah, my gut tells me Brock Lesnar pins Cody, and we get another match between the two of them.
I mean, in this business, you never know. I think for me, Brock does not need any of that. I think you could build Brock even if he doesn't make the pin at Survivor Series. Like Kenny said, this is really about Braun Breaker. Could be Drew McIntyre to give him one more shot. I don't see Roman taking the pin. The Usos, it wouldn't really matter. Logan Paul. I think this is heels over good guys for that men's War Games match. And could I see John interfering? I mean, I don't know how it's going to happen. He might not even be IC champ when this match is going on. So it's like, hey, let me just go back out there, cause Brock and just be out. I don't know, but I think it's a very interesting development on their hands. What do we got here? Daniel, congrats to Maxine Dupree. Do you guys think her brother Max is happy for her?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I miss Brendan, my bad. Who are we thinking and hoping will be John Cena's final opponent? I'm hoping for Finn Balor, drop the title to him and kick off the feud between him and Dom. Maybe add JD in there and create a triple threat. So again, we're bouncing around. So John Cena's final match on Monday Night Raw ever in the Garden was a 6-man tag with him, Sheamus, and Rey Mysterio against Dom, Finn, JD, Judgment Day. And I did also forget to show off my shirt, which is come on.
Wow. New Year's resolution.
Yep.
2007. 2006.
Hey, come on. And this is like official. Like this shirt is tight as fuck on me right now. It's like it's medium.
Did you get that?
I'm here representing John. It was some site a couple years ago. I had it for a few years now. Like it's official. You see the tag. It's like the old scratch logo. Like a real throwback shit. I'm like, damn, I got that New Year's Revolution shit somewhere in the crib. And I found it, ironed it, and I said, yo, we rocking this shit tonight.
How much was that when you clapped it, if you remember?
Between 30 and 40 maybe at the time.
Okay.
It's not bad. I mean, to buy a vintage shirt, the most, because I'm tight with my bread, but 60, 70, 50-ish, depending on what it is. Like if it's a pay-per-view and it has the card on the back. So it has the names, Trish Stratus, Mickey James, Randy Orton, Ric Flair on the back. So I'm like, yo, let me rock that shit. But yeah. So how do we feel about John's final Monday Night Raw match being a 6-man tag?
Oof. Good, T.
I'm not mad about it. I think it's again, it's a little bit of that changing in the garden. Like you got Sheamus, you got Rey Mysterio. Obviously, Rey's a little bit beyond his era, but what I'm saying is like they're the stars from like the Ruthless Aggression era, right? So I think it's almost in its own right. It's that Taker, Hunter, Shawn moment. You know what I mean? like where they're all on the on the top of the not the stage, but like
the rampway.
Yeah, and they're looking back. Like in a way, like them all doing the the You Can't See Me 5-knuckle shuffle was kind of their moment to be like, yo, like we know Ruthless Aggression. We're walking out the door.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? And like you were our Cody, you were our QB1. So I think like that was probably the thought and booking it that way. And not having, I mean, look, John still looks great. His timing's there, but I think they're doing a little bit of like his last match is going to be a match. I think he's going out on some Kobe 60 ball shit. Like we're getting a long match. So I think what they're trying to do is also preserve him and not have him have to carry, not that he's have to carry, but you know what I mean? Like not so much of a long match on his own so that once we do get to his final match, yo, let's make it a marathon, man. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I asked the motherfucker for 50. He went out with 60. Like, you know what I mean? On some Kobe shit.
I mean, listen, and then we had Gunther defeat Javon Evans, so he advances in the tournament. Looks really, really good out there. We in a group chat, and then we seen Gunther, and he walked out with the old music, I didn't hear Gunther, all that fucking shit, and like, oh, I'm like, and he had the robe on. I'm like, okay, no coat. Is the robe? Is the Walter esque kind of character we saw many years ago? So he looked very good. Javon looked fantastic against Gunther. Amazing stage to show off the talents for him. I know he'll be a player in the future, but you know, does all signs point to Gunther? To answer was it, Brennan's question about the last final opponent for John? I mean, it's kind of leaning towards Gunther at this point. I think if it ain't LA Knight, um, it's got. I don't want to say it's got to be Gunther, but I think as of right now, all signs point towards Gunther being that guy.
I could see that being Gunther, but I feel like we might get it. We might get hit with a surprise. I feel
Okay.
like I say it might be Gunther. As crazy as it seems, Carmelo Hayes might be one of those people.
Okay.
Especially if we have a future, we have someone that's going to give the drive the push. I still think we might get a surprise. This little tournament is just to throw us off, because that one person that's going to come it's going to do what Jericho did to the person that was carrying that torch to the Olympics. He's just going to take them out, and we just going to hear those drums go off. And if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. If you know me,
that's right.
That's what I think. That's my multiverse prediction.
I'm trying to cue something. Anything else on Gunther advancing over Javon? Got the old theme back. The new mentioned it. No more Def Rebel theme songs. I think they're quietly.
I think
I'm not saying going away, but it's a one by one. I think the guys and the girls are requesting some old theme songs to come back. That's why when I heard it, I'm like, oh shit, is this the old Walter theme that has not been heard in quite some time? And I guess this is it. So congrats to Gunther getting his old joint back.
Real quick question
yeah.
on that. Are we done with like the first round of the, or are there more?
There's more on SmackDown.
More first rounders.
That's where Kenny mentioned Carmelo was going to be involved. Okay. Finn Balor's involved. Don't know.
Is Randy Orton in there?
There's a report that Randy is supposed to be on back on SmackDown in December, early December. So I don't think Randy's going to be involved in this tournament.
Right.
But I'm trying to recall who Finn Balor is getting. I think Penta, Finn, Carmelo, and there's somebody else.
Is it another secret person kind of thing?
Nah, the both secrets are out though. Damn, who was fighting Carmelo?
Oh,
I mean, I can look it up. Oh, Bronson Reed. Oh, so it's Bronson against Carmelo?
Mm-hmm.
And Finn against Penta.
Yep.
Yeah. Who do you guys want to win out of those two matches?
Carmelo and Finn.
But Carmelo, not Bronson Reed?
I feel like anything could happen. They're both
true.
They're both what is it? Andre the Giant trophy holders.
Well, Battle Royal?
Yeah. Whatever. Trophy holders, because sorry, once they got those trophies, they basically just said, hey, you just pose next to the trophy and nothing really done. I say trophy holders, but I think if you give it to Melo, it gives him the push. Bronson, it has his own thing with Breaker and Heyman, so I feel like he doesn't need to face off against Cena. So give it to someone like Melo. They're both from Boston, so that would be really good. And Melo's a rising star that we wanted to put for so long.
I would like to see Melo advance, but for Bronson to be defeated, you got to have to continue that war game stuff. Somehow the Usos come out, whatever. They make Bronson Reed lose. I don't think Carmelo going to beat Bronson straight up 1-on-1. So if you ask me, I prefer Carmelo to advance, but that's how you make Bronson Reed lose, with the outside interference from someone that's involved in the war games match. I Again, if you're watching us live on X on YouTube, thank you to the 185 plus who have chimed in at some point in time. Any questions, comments, or feedback regarding Raw tonight, SmackDown this past Friday, and War Games coming up in about 2 weeks? Hit us up in the chat. We'll get right to it. Noob, I'll tell you, Noob, you love you some Oscar. The whole Oscar heel turn is starting to lose some steam on the Raw at the Crown Jewel. Hopefully, she'll get some heat back during the build-up to the Women's War Games match. I guess I agree. Listen, a lot of things have lost some steam, so it's like they're trying to pick things back up one show at a time. But I think after War Games, they should go back into with Asuka and Io and develop that story. They can't go away from it right away. So let's get through War Games. Let's do all this shit, and then when it's over, we go back to 1-on-1 with her and Io. So I don't think that's gonna be prolonged any further. We're already in November, about to be December. How long can you push this? I don't know, but they gotta start scrapping at some point.
We agree.
Brendan Bronson is going to smoke him here. He's got a little too aggressive of a win streak going on right now. I mean, yeah, the only way you can make him lose if he does shenanigans. I think Carmelo should get the victory. Like, Bronson got the dub against Roman Reigns. He's good. Let Carmelo go win this in this tournament. Also tonight on Raw, fellas, we got this. I can hear it, right?
No,
shit.
no.
My bad. I got you. Hold on. I thought y'all can hear that. My bad. So what? It went empty on me.
I ain't anything.
You ain't hear shit.
Sounded like
My fault, y'all.
the beginning of CM Punk's music, and then it cut out.
No, okay, hold on. My bad, y'all. My bad. I'm still getting used to the soundboard. Hold up. Used to the soundboard. All right, so it should be this. The beauty of doing it live.
No way! Zigman! Yes! You having flashbacks, Wade? Oh my God! What a
Hey,
blast from the past!
From Hollywood, Florida, weighing in at 213 pounds, Tom Sinclair!
Oh man!
That pop was crazy for Dolph Ziggler in the Garden. Are we happy with the choice? I know we were debating, and social media was like, yo, it's going to be Rob Van Dam, it's going to be Joe Hendry, it's going to be Edge, Jericho, everybody in the fucking universe, but it ended up being Dolph Ziggler. Nick Nemeth, are we happy about what the choice became with Dolph?
I think if Edge's music would have played,
oh come on,
the roof on the Garden would have blown the fuck off. But I still agree with my man Cowabunga Ken. I think we get him at the last match in some capacity. You know what I mean? He's got to be a run-in. But I like Dolph. Again, it makes sense, right? Like, we're talking about the ruthless aggression era. We're talking about, someone who's kind of like, I feel like sometimes wrestlers ebb and flow. You know what I mean? Like, they get hot, and if you don't stay hot, you might get a little cold, and whatever. He's come back, right? Like, so I'm curious to see, what this means, and whether that means, okay, cool, like he gets another run and he gets to be like a full-time, like superstar or not. But even if not, I think this was cool. I was a little surprised that he didn't win. Mostly because, like, okay, you did all that, you brought him back. And I feel like they just haven't done a whole lot with Solo. So I don't know. I thought maybe
same thing with Zack Ryder. You great pop on SmackDown, but did you really think Zack Ryder was going to beat LA Knight?
I mean, no, but I'm saying like I just look at it like, well, you brought him back, but you're right. I guess it's almost like that Royal Rumble moment.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like you get a great pop, everybody likes it. All right, let's get back to business.
yeah. Ice. They said blast from the past as if Dolph was been gone for a decade. Yeah, he was gone 2 years. It ain't seeing Punk 10 years. It's been 2 years, bro. But
That's true.
listen,
That's true.
a lot has happened in two years, bro.
True.
It's a different regime. He was TNA champion. Nick Nemeth, like he's doing podcasts on Busted Open. Like he's been busy, but to see him back in the Garden, that pop is crazy. But Terrence, you're saying that if we would have heard this,
You think you know me?
Oh my God! You would have heard that from Tom Square. Are you kidding me?
I might have ran laps around my apartment.
Really?
I might have done backflips on the pod.
that shit right there. Like,
But
what?
don't worry, we're gonna hear it in DC. I feel it.
Noob, I'm happy that Dolph competed in the tournament, even though it's a one-off. I mean, they're selling shirts for Dolph and Zack Ryder, so I don't know I don't know the contract situations they have with other promotions, but I don't think this is a one-off. Not saying they're gonna pull up like every week, but because Nick Nemeth is with TNA, right?
Yeah.
So that's they kind of work together. So seeing him more often is not breaking news. Zack Ryder, Matt Cardona is with
The Indies.
oh, just okay. He's on the Indies.
I think he's back.
I think he is too. And Dolph is just he'll have cameos.
Yeah, like he'll come back because that makes a lot of sense, right? He's in TNA. He's got a good spot there. You know what I mean? But every now and then, let's bring him back.
Though it might explain on TNA Turning Point on Friday why Frankie Kazarian becoming TNA World Champion. I mean, you could have had Dolph pull up with the strap, like I don't know. I mean, so Kazarian beat some. Did he beat Dolph for the title or somebody else? Or my bug? I don't know. And nobody knows. All right.
I'm sorry. No.
Cardona is in the.
All
right.
Oh, NWA.
All right. Well, listen. We ran off a whole bunch of names. I thought it was going to be Joe Hendry because he just signed a contract recently to be on the main roster. I'm like, okay, so but why would they do that to kind of spoil what the surprise was going to be at the Garden for Raw? So why would they announce this? So it may not be him. But I felt like with Dolph, the pop, good match with Solo. He almost won that shit, and there was history with him and John Cena. So I get it, I understand it, but now Solo advances, and we await the winners on Friday between Penta, Finn, Carmelo, and Bronson Reed. Also on Monday Night Raw, fellas, make sure I use this instead. We heard this. Hold on, go back.
So, Mamacita, thank you for reminding me who the hell I am.
That's right. Heel Nikki Bella's back, attacking Stephanie Vaquer, the Women's World Champion. And they have a one-on-one match at Survivor Series for the Women's Championship. Talk to me, Terrence. Go first. Nikki, heel, in the Garden, little light promo, one-on-one match for the title, Survivor Series. Do you see a world where Nikki Bella leaves Survivor Series as the new Women's World Champion?
Nah, I mean, it's cool to give her something to do, and I do appreciate her being back. Shout out to like having the women have their OGs in the building.
Sorry,
but I just don't see Stephanie's like too hot right now. She's great in ring. She's kind of got that aura like Asuka, where it doesn't even need to be like we don't need to really like hear her promos. We just feel her in the ring. You know what I'm saying? So nah, I cool for right now, but I just don't see her going over on Steph.
Kenny, talk to me. Think Nikki goes over on Stephanie at Survivor Series?
I'm gonna say no. Excuse me. I think no. I think like T to credit T's point, Stephanie's too hot. Stephanie has too much juice on there, and Nikki is a good little push. It's a nice little feud. It creates more of a spark and interest to the women's division, especially with Stephanie giving her to be a fighting champion. It's a little, clash back to the Divas champion versus now the Raw's women's or the World Women's Heavyweight Champion. That clash. But I think it'll just spark more after she probably faces Nikki. Possibly her twin might show up, help her out, and then we'll see that. Stephanie might have beef against the Bellas, or this might just gives us a foreshadowing of possibly Stephanie versus Roxanne somewhere down the line. Roxanne's next opponent, because we already saw, or we just run it back and give Stephanie against Big Mama Cool, Raquel Rodriguez. Run that batch back up again. So this just gives it more of the possibilities. Nikki's not. Nikki's probably gonna give her a good bout. Probably do a little heelish things, but Stephanie is gonna walk away with that strap on Thanksgiving weekend.
I guess I'm the odd man out. If I had to pick somebody on November 17th, I could see a world where Nikki Bella upsets Stephanie Vaquera. I'm not saying she's gonna have the belt for a whole year. I think there is a world where she can win it, and then maybe the next pay-per-view is Saturday main event and like Rumble. Like I can see Nikki Bella defeating Stephanie, but not having a long title reign. I don't think that hurts Stephanie because she can get it right back. I do see it that way because all right, she beats Nikki Bella.
Mm-hmm.
Who's next? She beat Raquel. She's beaten Roxanne, right? If I'm wrong, tell me. There's no Liv coming back just yet. Who else on the Raw roster does she get next? If it's not Rhea, Io, Asuka, Kairi Sane, who's next?
Maybe Becky. Maybe if they're not staying on consistent shows, you got Lash, you got Nia, hell, even maybe Charlotte, Alexa.
I like the Becky route. She just dropped the belt to,
and then we got Bailey, we got Lyra.
Mm-hmm.
I do like the Becky route. You know what I mean? Like maybe this is like dropping the belt to Maxine is her going off the deep end, and she wants to prove she's the man again. And I genuinely think like a feud between the two of them in ring, cinema. I would love to see
Steph and Becky.
Yeah, I would love to see the two of them actually have a good feud. So maybe that was the reason that she dropped the belt to Maxine, or you know what I mean? Like, I like that. I like that. I don't know. I would keep the belt on. I feel like again, no disrespect, you know what I mean? Like legend, Hall of Famer, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Right now,
is Nikki Bella in the Hall of Fame yet?
I want to say no, but I'm gonna double check. Nikki Bella.
She will be, if she's not. But my point is, I don't know. She is. Is that what you? Yeah, she is.
Yeah, 2021.
I was about to say. So I'm like, yeah, like there's no shame in losing to a Hall of Famer. But I am saying, like, I just don't. Right now, Stephanie's too hot. I just don't see her losing to her. Right.
Okay, it was the Bella twins. So
yeah, but yeah, so she is a Hall of Famer.
Yes, she is. All right, that's right. So yeah, come on,
Hall of Famer
Hall of Famer can beat Steph for care. Like I think to help her out. Like just I don't know. That's me. And since you mentioned Charlotte earlier, I want to get to that point of that War Games match. They had Charlotte last week say, "I don't trust Rhea. I don't vibe with her." Then the following week, today she helps out Alexa, and then it's like, all right, so now we're all back on the same page. Like after 1 week, we're all good. So, I mean,
I think they just had to get there, right? Like at the end of the day, they wasn't gonna let Charlotte just watch her friend get her ass beat. So she came out with the kendo stick, started clearing house, and so now it's more about being there for her friend than it is about trusting Rhea or trusting Theo.
Yeah. And are you good with that team? Charlotte, Alexa, Rio. I'm sorry, Rhea, Io.
Rio. I like Rio though. Maybe that's their tag team name.
Rio. All right. Rhea, Io, Alexa, Charlotte, and potentially AJ. I guess Becky, potentially AJ, potentially Becky, Nia, Lash, Asuka, and Kairi Sane. That's not bad.
That's a good match. And any War Games match with Io Sky in it, sign me up. Because man, that's when she really lives up to her name.
Yeah.
A Queen of the Skies, yo, because she just does all kinds of insane, I'm a main roster, main eventer type shit.
So since Kenny mentioned the heels got to go over for the men's side, are we saying that for the women's side too, or is it even, or should the babies go over in the women's match? Like who needs it? Who needs it more for the women?
It's a toss up. I say it's a toss up, but if I was pointing to it, looking at it, I'm giving it to Team Asuka. Team Asuka side.
So both heels go over.
Both heels go over. I mean, Rhea and Io have won their War Games match like 2 times. They won last year. And if I was to look at it to see, I mean, this would really almost benefit both sides if the heels win. If you have the Kabuki Warriors are the tag champions, you got to put some you got to give them some type of push with those belts, and they're the champions. So people going to try to aim for them. The Kabuki Warriors, that's the champs. Lash Legend, Nia Jax, you got to dominating the Indestructible Forces. Like you got to, if you got them like Lash Legend, she doing those forearms like she's doing bricks at Nitya. Like, yo, she doing everything, man. Like you give Lash Legend, Nia, and then you get if you potentially give Becky the push to be as you said, Randy, possibly dropping the belt to Maxine, being the women's world heavyweight champion. But I feel like if you got too much to build, even if the faces lose, this picks up back with pending feuds, probably within. Charlotte and Rhea might spark some bad blood that Charlotte has. This with Charlotte might have difficulty trusting Alexa, the Swarm. Then we have Io, possibly Rhea might disband, and who's to say where AJ may go? But that's where I see what's possibly going to happen.
I like that, but also shout out to Nitro Bricks. You know what I mean? They kept your boy warm for 30 years.
Yo, she's throwing those like she from Chelsea Houses, from Wagner Projects. She's throwing those forearms. I mean, red brick elbows, like bro, Coco Radiant elbows. You feel me?
I do. But Ken, you got a lot of good points there, man. I think like the fact that Asuka and Kairi, they are the champions. They need more momentum, right? We're building this thing as like Asuka picked up for Naomi as like, okay, I've gone a little bit crazy. I'm off the guardrails. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we need to care about it. And I like this, like this tandem of Lash Legend and Nia Jax. You know what I mean? The irresistible forces, as I think you said. Like, yo, I like it. You know what I'm saying? So I like to that point, you just brought Lash in, give her a little bit of momentum, right? Like on the mic, she's great. She holds her own with everybody in the ring. You know, so it's like, okay, let's make this mean something. So I feel like that'd be a great way to really introduce her. You know what I'm saying, and keep her momentum going. And I do like that little bit of tension potentially between, say, Charlotte and Rhea, and maybe that's one of the reasons that team doesn't win, right? Like they can't focus, they can't get it together, they can't trust each other. You know what I'm saying? Like I like that little bit of like, there's some dissension over here with the faces. And right now it seems like the heels are a little bit lockstep on that side. Like they know what the agenda is. You know what I mean? For some heels, they seem to get along. You know what I mean? Like they heal in the world over there.
Yeah.
In their high heels.
I like that.
See what I did?
So Terrence, take this one. Charlotte is becoming a noob. Charlotte is becoming a human being than being a corporate mascot, because I like Charlotte Flair being more human thanks to Alexa.
I agree.
Yeah. I mean, that's basically noob. I appreciate you saying that, man, because that's basically what I was talking about. It was like, yo, like, you know, Charlotte's always been, and I think this has been the one knock on Charlotte, right? Is like, for as athletic as she was, maybe largely even more than her dad, right? Like, you know, right? Everybody kind of agrees in her prime, by far, right? Like,
Yeah.
So to have one up on your dad, who's a legend, you know what I'm saying? Like that legend, that already speaks to how great she is, right? The longevity, her, even though people, you know, debate around whether she puts people over, let's not forget, in my opinion, she's the one who helped make Rhea a star, because she's the one who dropped the belt to Rhea at WrestleMania in LA. You know what I'm saying? And then from there, Rhea's been a top 10, top 5 superstar, regardless of whether we're talking about men or women, right? By far the most over woman, probably taking that mantle from Charlotte as she, you know, took a little bit of time. But the one knock has been she's been this version of Charlotte the whole time. So I think, like, you know, to New's point, her working with Alexa has actually allowed her to become a little bit of a different version of herself. We've never seen her take her eye off the prize. We've never seen her not make it about like, hey, I got the ball, let me run with it. Now we're seeing her become like, okay, like this is my sister, this is my homegirl, this is my friend. And even though I got beef with all of y'all and I don't trust none of y'all, I'm not gonna let nobody beat her ass. So here I come with the kendo stick. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we ever seen that version of Charlotte where it was more about her caring about somebody else as opposed to her caring about winning, you know, 16, 17, 18, however many more, you know, titles. So yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. And I think to add to that, I think that the key word is showing Charlotte is / can be vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? She's always been like, yo, world champion, no one could touch me. I'm the greatest, I'm the best, I'm a Flair and all that. I'm that. But like when shit ain't going your way, like the injuries and trying to get back to the top of the food chain of being a champion, but then I'm a tag team person now. You know, don't make it feel like I'm beneath that, or I got to tag with Alexa, but now it's like the raw human interactions, the raw human emotions of a Charlotte Flair character, which is the whole entire development of her, because that's what's kind of separating the Beckys and all that from Charlotte. Becky can do this and that, boom, 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 boom. Charlotte has been one way, two ways the most for majority of her career. But now it's like, damn, like I kind of feel sorry for Charlotte. Damn, I feel her like now it's more relatable. You put her in a vulnerable spot. Now she becomes to our level to be relatable. Like, damn, I know what she's going through. Yeah, I wouldn't trust Rhea either, bro. You fuck out of here. No way. Now it's like I can dig her now with the character, and we saw her tonight. She makes a save for Alexa. She still ain't vibing with Rhea, but I'm a roll with Alexa because we got to do this together. I may not fuck with you, but I fuck with her, and for her, I'll rock out with y'all and see where it goes. That's how I think the war again gonna end up. No, but the faces are winning on the men's side, and the heels are winning on the women's side because there's some stories that are ongoing. Oscar Io, Charlexa against Lash and Naya, and also AJ Lee and Becky Lynch. Yeah. Do we see AJ next week and Becky next week to further promote this War Games match? We saw AJ getting courted by Rhea. Do we see Becky getting courted by Asuka next week to fulfill that roster? Remains to be seen. Noob again, thank you. But I like the heel side of Asuka. She's going from being an afterthought to a more vengeful heel who was jealous of the entire women's division, who was more successful than her.
That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah, then everything you're telling me new, that means Asuka should be champion at some point. At some point in time, it's probably there for her, just a matter of time. But that's where Fakir is, she's a champ now. But Noob, you love some Oscar. I don't know if you're an Oscar fan or EO fan, but I hear you. Again, thank you to the 215 plus who have chimed in throughout the 1 hour plus. We thank you. We appreciate it. Following Monday Night Raw, John Cena's final Raw at the Garden. So before we wrap up, I'm gonna get to that in a second. Quick points. The last time we saw Dolph Ziggler on Raw was May 29th, 2023. So over 2 years for Dolph.
It just feels longer because during that time he wasn't really utilized that much. He was a lot of early cards or like him and Matt Riddle. They just weren't it was just put on, really wasn't given the that like they try to phase him out like he's like an old vet, but I'm like, he still has so much you could
show. So yeah, John Cena's final Raw at the Garden. If we heard the Dolph Ziggler pop, but let's hear the pop the Garden crowd gave John Cena.
No other place. I don't care. This ain't TD Garden. This is the real Garden. Ain't no
again.
The real Garden.
This ain't no TD Garden. This ain't no Botanical Garden. This is Madison Square Garden. This ain't the Rose Garden. See, I'm sorry. This ain't Portland, Oregon. This is Madison Square Garden. Ain't no other place. You want to show out? You come to 34th and 7th.
It's still called the Rose Garden in Portland, or no? Right?
It's the Motor Center, but I knew what he was talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, we talking Rose Garden. We talking B. Roy Drexler. Yeah,
I let my man get his promo off his chest.
I'm called the Rose Garden. I'm called the Rose Garden. You heard?
G Harry TV, MSG cheers, the only valid cheers out there. So yeah, man, John came out, and then Dom Mysterio fucking said, "Nah, chill, bro. We ain't doing this shit again." No. John said, "Yo, you want to scrap? Want a rematch?" Dom, you want a rematch? Yeah, we're gonna do it, but we're gonna do it on my terms. We ain't doing this shit tonight, bro. Stop it. So John's like, "Yo, I bet. What we doing?" Dom said, "Rematch, but on my turf, San Diego, my hometown, because you won your shit in your hometown. Survivor Series rematch." And I think to be more serious, it indicates how much John sees in Dominic as like, yo, this kid right here is the guy, the future, next generation. Because I'm fighting twice. Most Orton and the Punks and the AJs did not get twice with John.
Yeah.
Not even Brock.
Cody.
Cody, or Cody twice, and then Dom twice. So that speaks volumes.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying to your point, like
Yeah.
only Cody, QB1, got 2 shots at him. You know what I'm saying? Like, so to your point, man, it's like, and we've been saying it, we all see it. Dom is the future. Like, you know what I mean? Like this episode to me very much solidified, you know, like who they see coming up, who they believe in. But Dom is, in my opinion, you know, I know we got the Braun Breakers and the Bronson Reeds and the Javon Evans, and I love Carmelo Hayes.
Yeah.
Shout out to Maxine. She's developing. I don't know if I believe in her as an IC champion just yet, but hey, she got the belt. Let's see what she does. But at the end of the day, I believe that Dom is the actual leader of this new generation, of this new class. He has everything. He has the in-ring ability. He has the charisma. He has the psychology. He's pulling off Eddie tributes every week, and the crowd that's in the know gets it, and the crowd that ain't in the know, they go along with it. Like, he's a 20-year vet somehow, even though he's not 30 yet. You know what I mean? Like, the guy just has it all. And also shout out to my man G Harry and D Generation PDX, my other wrestling group chat. Shout out my guy.
Now listen, before Kenny chimes in, I think Dom has, it's like what everybody says, the it factor. He can perform in the ring. He can talk his shit in the microphone. He can adjust to any crowd. If you're booing him, cheering him, he ain't fazed by nobody. He's like a young veteran. He's been around the business for so long. Like, your brother, this shit don't faze me, bro. And to get a twice with John Cena on his farewell tour speaks like holy shit. Like, John sees that I can be even above a Braun Breaker, above these guys. Like, yo, this is the next Eddie Guerrero, the next Rey Mysterio. Like, yo, he's him. And if you put me in the writing room, Dom beats John in San Diego. There's no way John leaves Survivor Series as IC, and that adds further to Dom. Like, yo, I want it from you, but I'm gonna drop it right back to you, and that crowd's gonna go fucking crazy for Dominic. And then, you know, what do you do after that? You know, we'll get there, but that's the sign of respect I think John is showing Dom. Like, yo, you're the guy. I'll drop it right back to you, bro. This shit does not belong to nobody except me, except you. You're the guy. So I think Dom is in a very, very good spot with having John fight him twice. G Harry been in the game since a child. Dom has a crazy head start, and his pops is still around to guide him. He is destined for greatness.
You know what the moment was for me where I fully was like, oh, he really gets it? Remember when Tiffy and Liv were going at it, and Tiffany was like, and if I beat you, do I get to get him too? And Dom was like, and then when Liv turned around, he was like, I was like, yo, the level of storytelling just in that. That was some Eddie Guerrero-esque type shit. And that's what that was like the moment where I was like, yo, wait, nah, this guy gets all of it.
I'm gonna tell you that what added the moment. Like, this if I'm thinking in hindsight, what was the recent this one?
You keep my father's name out of your mouth.
God, come on, bro. Like, I can't even tell. First of all, I don't know how you said it with a fucking straight face. And I don't know if that was improv or that was part of the thing, but you to say that to your real pops and say, yo, keep my dad's name out your mouth, Eddie Guerrero. Like, come on, bro. That's something that, and it's no knock that a Bronson Reed don't have or a Braun Breaker does not have.
They just don't have it yet.
It could be yet, but right now, if you're telling me, like, again, I'm not saying they're better, but if you look at it, Breaker is like the modern day Batista, who wasn't as good on the microphone in the beginning, got better later on. Mm-hmm. And Dom is like, he's like Edge. He's like Eddie Guerrero. He's like, I can talk my shit. I can weasel my way out of a match. I can be a heel. It don't matter what environment. That's like going back to Ruthless, that's the Edge, that's the Batista, that's Eddie Guerrero. Like, damn, like you both y'all mimicking what we saw many years ago. But it's like right now, today, am I drafting Dom over Braun Breaker? I'd probably say yeah. Kenny, what you got?
I got one more name based on what I'm seeing from Dom.
Oh,
Like I'm agreeing all with you all. He's all that regarding, Eddie Guerrero, some hints of Edge, but if you're gonna say that, I gotta throw in from when he broke off Captain Charisma, Christian. He shows this little states of Christian because Christian, for my peeps, and that attitude when Christian before. We all know when Edge and Christian came out with the Brood, we thought Christian was the straight up mute. He didn't even speak. But then that was almost to Dom's character as well. When he joined the Judgment Day, he was very was nonverbal. He only more so communicated with Rhea. He was like the real little brother, getting, just a plaything by Rhea. But we saw him winning the North American champion. We saw the storytelling that Rhea helped him build. I remember that episode on Raw. Dom, Priest has a point. You're going to go there. But guess what? If you don't win that title, don't bother coming home. You just saw the expression on Dom's face like, damn, I really got to lock in and do this shit. So you just saw that, especially Dom. And then we saw he grew from little brother, getting his confidence from little brother, the real little brother that you go into the room to go do your dirt. Now he's in the room where it happens. He's building up. He helped shape and form that. And that happened, with one of the greatest women feuds that we've seen. Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley. We saw at SummerSlam that moment, that sly Cooper Fox. If those that play the game, just that sly Fox just came in and did his dirt. And Dom just pulling tens out the hat. It don't matter what it is. I mean, if anything, I say this: Dom Mysterio should have been featured on DMX and Cisco about what these people want from somebody. Dom got it. Dom got the names. It was 50, Naya. Like, come on, man. You got to drop the names, man. But Captain Charisma, Dom Mysterio, a little hints of Christian as well. I got to throw some Christian into that for Dom Mysterio as well. And sooner or later, Captain Charisma won the title, the World Heavy, and Dom's will possibly win that soon. Is going to win that soon.
A few more. So, are you happy that they're running it back? Are you surprised or shocked that they're running it back with John and Dom at Survivor Series?
Kinda.
Or you thought was it going to happen?
I thought it was probably going to happen tonight on Raw. I was hoping my prediction may have happened. I was like, oh, my prediction's going to happen. Oh, they're going to run it back. Now looking back, I'm like, all right, now you're going to have them run it back in Dom's hometown. So Dom's going to get the huge pop. But if that's going to be the case, Dom is not going to win it clean. And we're just going to see what's going to happen.
I don't even think he should. I think in true Dom, shenanigans. And what's cool too? I'm gonna just say two things before I hand it back to you, Randy. I think that the fact that he's leaning into this, I'm paying homage to Eddie run. Who better to do that with than Cena in one of Cena's last go-arounds? You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I think that this is Cena's way of also paying tribute to Eddie in a way. And what I think we're like witnessing too, which I don't even think I just thought about it. This will make Dom a 2-time Intercontinental Champion. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, so again, it just adds to his, his prestige, his lore, his his level of credence as a true superstar. So when he does get that push, and we don't need it right now, but when he does get that push to go to be world heavyweight champion, it makes even more sense,
Does him? It's a great question coming up. Does him winning a Survivor Series in his hometown begin the good guy run for Dom, or like
I hope not.
because at some point in time, you know that's gonna happen, and that's the next phase. He's great as a heel, but at some point in time, we gotta break him away from Judgment Day, the Finns, the JDs. Like, yo, bro, San Diego, your hometown, winning an IC title. That's a great fucking time to at least explore or experiment what a babyface Dominic Mysterio run could look like. I would hope. I'm not saying he gonna be baby by WrestleMania, but yo, we gotta like that's the next level for him.
I think they're gonna wait till when Liv comes back after the Royal Rumble. I think they're gonna wait.
And what did they do? A tag team, and then they go against like Finn and Roxanne or some shit.
I think something might happen prior to coming up to the Royal Rumble. That's when it starts, but I still think you still keep Dom as the asshole heel as he is right now. You still keep him as that asshole. Don't shift him. You gotta really like warm him in to be the face, because he's been so good at being the prick, the asshole right now, and you just automatically switch him like that. Like, everyone loves booing him, but then they love booing him, but they give him his 2 cents and his props. So he's too hot right now to keep.
Yeah,
you got to keep him as the asshole, keep him as the little prick, the little chicken tendy prick that he is.
I'm sorry. I'm reading Becky's tweet to Triple H. You know, Triple H does the photo with the new champion. He got a photo with Maxine Dupree, and Becky Lynch in character. 3 letters, NML, no manager's license. In the state of New York that is governed by the State Athletic Commission, a manager's license must be attained for interfering parties to be allowed at ringside. Therefore, hence, via the outcome of this title match, which has been clearly rigged, is hereby under protest. You will be hearing from my lawyer immediately. The changing of the side plates will result in a lawsuit. Yeah. Maxine Dupree, new Intercontinental Champion, all that shit. He's like, whatever. You know, congrats to Maxine, and we'll see what they put in front of her. So we've seen people become champions, and you're just a champion that don't do shit. So at least the line of contenders for Maxine could be there. The Lyras, the Baileys of the world. Maybe the Roxannes can get involved. Maybe Raquel can get involved in this, aside from the world heavyweight championship. So we'll see what happens with that with Maxine. But yeah, so that's pretty much it from Raw tonight, right? I mean, a lot happened. About an hour 18 in, 235 people chimed in. What are we missing? Anything?
I think we covered up on it all.
I think so.
Yeah.
Shout out to those that were there. You know, if you were in the 400s, way up top, and you paid $800, I salute to you.
I wasn't doing it.
Yo, you were there to witness history, though. You know what I'm saying?
I was witnessing history from my computer screen.
Yeah. I see John with the Yankee colored inspired shirt, so I'm gonna, see if it's still out there. I'm probably gotta cop that one.
Yeah,
I probably gotta cop that one. Yankees inspired color. Real quick, Ice, great episode of Raw. Yeah, we'll just see what happened with SmackDown. I think SmackDown is the real. That we need SmackDown to be like, yo, what's up, man? Everything was packed for Raw. You gotta help the SmackDown people. And the rumor, real quick, different show, different time, about maybe going back to 3 hours for SmackDown. I was like, yo.
Yeah, I don't know if we need that.
No, I don't know about that either.
2 hours is good.
Make it 2 hours or 2.5, but 3
2.5 is cool.
3 whole hours Friday night.
2 hours is great. I gotta get dinner. I gotta like.
True, I'm with 2 hours.
3 hours every weekend. A PLE every Friday. I don't need that.
Nah,
Let's move the story along. Give us 2 hours. To your point, Randy, you're gonna increase it and not even make the storylines better. What are we doing? You know, I don't know. I'm just not a fan.
So yeah, real quick, Survivor Series. We got John and Dom, Nikki and Stephanie, the 2 War Games matches, and I think that's about it right now. I'm gonna end the show in a minute. I think those are the only yes, 4 matches so far. Maybe they'll add a 5th by next week. Maybe. I'm trying to see what match would be.
Yeah,
Because they're doing a Survivor Series elimination on SmackDown already with the MFTs and the Wyatts and or whatever it is, the Nakamura's and then Sami Zayn. I'm like, okay, so that's off the card. 2 War Games, two title matches, and damn, that's is that
we
it?
have another?
You gotta have one more though.
Is Jade
Singles
gonna?
match, one singles match,
Is
maybe.
Jade gonna
Maybe
go?
Jade.
Like, yeah, maybe Jade defends it against somebody.
That'll be good.
Yeah, it would be her first PLE as champion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that makes sense. Let Jade defend it against somebody, and then
Yeah.
let's call it a day. You know.
Let the storm come to San Diego.
Yeah. Let the
It's
fans.
all-
Kenny Holt at Cowabunga_K_E_N. Terrence Watson at Lower East Scribe. Myself, Randy J. Cruz, RENDY. Letter J C RUZ. Find the podcast on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, also on Amazon Music. And most importantly, go to youtube.com/Cruise Control Podcast. Go ahead, download the rates, comments, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Show us some love and support for you boys on the program. We should be back Friday night following SmackDown, barring any schedule changes, but I think all of us will be back up and running on Friday night, also on next Monday night, and probably I can't do Friday before Survivor Series, but I will be. We can definitely do after Survivor Series, so we'll figure out not this Friday, the following Friday, 29th, 28th, whatever. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Randy Cruz, Terrence Watson, Kenny Holt. Thank you, man. Love you guys, and I appreciate it.
Yo, have a safe week, everybody.
Yes,
Don't
sir.
let
Man,
it
you
scare
too.
nothing, you know.
All right.
Stay warm out there, folks.